Hello, and welcome back to Pixelmon. We will be aiming to take down the second gym today, the 4v4 level 35 bug gym, although I have some things to say before diving into preparing the team. First of all, it was cool to see the reactions to posting an episode of Pixelmon out of nowhere. A couple of people had the reaction I was expecting of, okay then, interesting choice of video. What was really cool was some people coming out of the woodwork who have been around since the first Pixelmon series 3 years ago, saying they were hyped for this. I recognized some names. Like, my god, that's crazy to me. Yeah, I understand these videos are very niche, not very relevant to the channel these days, so I appreciate quite a few people giving it a try. I will be changing things up a little bit in terms of format. One dude said he wanted to see more of the grind and gameplay. Well, most of it is just boring stuff that I can't really commentate over. There isn't much to say about all the running and gathering and catching, but I will be recording much more at every step of building the team to experiment with how that goes. Last time, most of the video was the part where I sit there going on and on about the theory behind the team, and there will still be some of that as I explain what I'm bringing to the gym battle and why, but there will be more other stuff too. Another thing I wanted to do with these videos, I think this is going to be a fun idea, it is a chance for all of you to interact with these videos and effectively screw me over as much or as little as you want, since I tend to feel pretty confident going into these gym battles, although that will surely change as these gyms get much harder very quickly, so I might regret what I'm about to put forward, but I'll try it for one video. I think it might be fun to allow the comment section to pick one member of my gym team. So for example, in the comments of this video, you can tell me one thing I need to bring to the water type gym, that's the next gym after bug, and I will take any comments who suggest something and put them in a big randomizer to select what I have to use on my team. Not like that many people are watching this series, so I'm not expecting a crazy amount. No, I will not cheat and keep randomizing it until I get the thing I want. That really defeats the fun of this idea to me. I'm completely willing to bring some hot trash to a gym, and that's kind of what I'm expecting. I don't think people will be like, hey, you should bring a Ludicolo to the water gym. Well, that's a good idea. I'm expecting you should bring a Chimchar to the water gym. Yeah, oh boy. I can put an enactment of that on the screen for you. I'd appreciate something in the middle, something funny or something you like, but not complete trash. But either way, I will still get to build it up the way I want with whatever moveset, EV spread, and item I choose. Some rules you have to follow if you want to suggest something. It has to be in the Pixelmon mod, first of all, because Pixelmon doesn't have everything. They have Gen 1, 2, and 3, many from Gen 4 and 5, and then only the starters from Gen 6, no Gen 7. I'll link this page in the description, and you have to follow the gym rules right here, which I will show in every video, and link in the description as well. These are the water gym rules, so no megas, no legends, and it has to be obtainable, keeping in mind the level cap of the gym. Anyway, that might be fun. I didn't think of this idea last time, so I will be going ahead and taking on the bug gym in this video like usual with my own team. But there's my idea, throw a bit of random in there, and something you can do to mess with me. I'll try it for one video and see if I completely fail to beat the water gym. But on with this video, which will be building towards the bug gym. Aha! Look what I found! This is the reason I hang out in this flattened savanna biome all the time. We have found a Ditto, which is very valuable to make breeding easier, and also enables us to breed with a bunch of genderless things. Looks like this one is ordinary size and not a very useful nature, and I don't expect great IVs, but who knows. I've now trained it up all the way and know the IVs. There they are on the screen, nothing special, some decent special defense if I want to pass that down, but oh well, I'm happy to have one Ditto. Look at this moron. I have a big hole above this breeding ranch area, and this dum-dum's been falling for a while, long enough for me to casually bring up OBS and start recording it. I am in extreme hills, so Charizard does spawn. I suppose I could catch it. Oh, and if you're wondering about all those massive Staraptors I'm breeding right now, that's actually unrelated to the bug gym, even though Staraptor wouldn't be a bad pick. I just love Staraptor and wanted something to fly around on, so I'm breeding for a jolly ginormous one with decent IVs. In Pixelmon, every Pokemon has a growth size from pygmy to enormous, but there are two other sizes on either side, microscopic and ginormous. Those two can only be obtained by breeding 2 pygmies or 2 enormouses, and I've selected a bunch of ginormous ones to keep going until I get one with good IVs. I basically just want a big fat bird. Random thing just happened. There's this Pokemon auction plugin so people can sell their Pokemon in the chat here. Shinies usually start around 2k and can go up to like 2 to 5k unless they have something special about them like IVs or a hidden ability. Well, sometimes I bid on them and someone was selling a shiny Sableye here. I thought that'd be cool and I bought it. For some reason nobody else bid on it. It isn't even a stall ability one. It obviously doesn't have Prankster, that would be way more expensive, but I'm happy with a Keen Eye shiny Sableye for only 2k. I might use that at some point. Yeah, say hello to the first shiny I own. Update on the Fat Bird. I've been evolving every ginormous one and checking their IVs. About a third of them are ginormous. All the giant and enormous size ones are in here, the Starly Graveyard. But at number 15, I finally got one with pretty good IVs. I was only really paying attention to speed and attack and hope for other decent ones. At some point, I will buy a 5 IV Mon, and once I find a Destiny Knot which passes down 5 IVs of the parent, breeding for IVs will get much easier. Anyway, I have my Fat Bird now, which is sweet. I have begun planning for the gym. One thing I need to catch is a Camerupt that knows Rock Slide. Although I'm not using Camerupt, I just need it as a parent for something else. Camerupt is in the Field Egg group and can learn Flamethrower and Rock Slide, which are 2 moves I want for a Nidoking. That is what I want to bring to the bug gym, but there's a bug in Pixelmon, as in a glitch, to be clear, where things don't learn moves on their evolution level, so Camerupt is supposed to learn Rock Slide when it evolves at level 33, but it doesn't. It just doesn't pop up. Same thing with Staraptor, which is supposed to learn Close Combat when it evolves, but it doesn't. And no, I'm not overtraining them, I make sure they evolve right at the correct level. So I need to catch a Camerupt that already knows Rock Slide, breed it down to a Numel, then learn Flamethrower on that Numel, then breed that with a female Nidoran. Well, the second Camerupt I caught does know Rock Slide. Fantastic. Okay, just hatched this Numel. It does indeed have Rock Slide. Now I need to level it up to learn Flamethrower to be a father for my Nidoking. I also caught an Absol and leveled it up to learn Sucker Punch, so I can breed that with a female Nidoran to get a female Nidoran with Sucker Punch, which is an egg move for Nidoking. Confusing? Yep, but it's all coming together. It took way too long to catch a female Nidoran. They're supposed to be pretty common in savannas, but as soon as I need one, they are nowhere to be found. I kept seeing Nidorinas, which you cannot breed, but there we go, finally caught one. Just hatched this Nidoran, luckily it is female, that was 50-50. It should know Sucker Punch, and it does. So we have the mother ready, and I have the father Numel ready too with the Rock Slide and Flamethrower, and then I plan to teach the Nidoking the Surf HM to finish the moveset. Oh, the Nidoran has hatched and it's male. Fantastic. Let's take a look. Oh, I have made a mistake. So it took me 5 minutes to realize what stupid thing I have done. All my experiences in competitive battling and ridiculous things like being able to identify any Pokemon by the cry. I have very little breeding experience, and it shows, but I now know why I'm a failure. To explain the basics of passing moves down with breeding, if the mother or father has what is called an egg move, something that can only be learned through breeding with something else, in this case Sucker Punch, that will get passed down from either parent. Next, if the father knows moves that can be taught to the child by TM, the child will inherit those moves. Finally, if both the mother and the father know moves that the child learns by level up, the child will inherit those moves. So in this case, the Numel was the father and I was trying to pass down Rock Slide and Flamethrower. The thing is, Nidoking learns those moves by TM, Nidoran cannot. I didn't even check. If I want those moves on a Nidoking, I have to TM them on. So that is why that failed completely. Now I'm not sure if I should show all the footage of preparing for the Nidoking, because I know it doesn't amount to anything. But I suppose this was a learning experience. I don't mind showing my screw up. And all the other things I want for this gym will actually be very easy and much quicker to throw together. This was the hardest one, and now I have to scrap it entirely, because TMs are very expensive. The Surf HM was already going to take all my money. It's okay though, I have plenty of other things on my list of potential brings. Oh my god, would you take a look at that? A Megazord X boss, finally! I was clearing the grass off this plains biome to search for Zigzagoon and Lanoon to improve my pickup ability squad to be walking around with fewer Phanpies. But I'll take this, come here man! I should be able to live a hit after the Intimidate drop, so I'll Aerial Ace this turn to avoid the recoil and Brave Bird to kill after that. Or I could just Final Gambit, but he should have more health at level 110, I'm not invested. Okay, big damage. Oh, it's a crit. Inferno! We just die? How do we die to that? I know it's a special move, base 100. Isn't it 50% accurate and always burns? Didn't think that'd kill though, I wonder on the calculator. So I did run that calc. We definitely would have lived a Flare Blitz after Intimidate, so I'm not a complete moron. But Inferno, turns out if this is about right, that Inferno does 84 to 99.2%. And I was at 98% health. So a very high roll, I suppose. But even if it lived, I would have died to burn unless he got a very, very low roll. So I guess I can't complain. But he did hit that 50% accurate move. Well, Crispy Bird. I guess I should have clicked Brave Bird. Come on, Phanpy. Oh, he Flare Blitzed. Oh, this is fantastic. Are we gonna beat him the same way we beat Venusaur? Kill yourself to your own recoil, man. Yes, please. If he goes for Inferno, he can miss. But there we go. He dies to recoil. Ah, thank you for the Charizardite X. Finally, and a zoom lens. Okay. Well, I'm really here for the Mega Stone. I have seen and defeated many more Mega Venusaur bosses. I can show some of the footage, even in finding them in deserts and extreme hills. Like, what? Where do I find a Charizard boss then? I also saw another Mega Blastoise boss being battled by Gym 1, which is also extreme hills, where Charizard spawns. But, huzzah! Finally found a Charizard, and turns out I didn't choke it away by not Brave Birding. And I found the Lanoons I was looking for. I'm working on another team member, just hatched a couple Dwebbles. Yep, I want to take a bug to the bug gym. Crustle, the rock type being the important part. I tried to catch an adamant one, but that was failing, so I'm just breeding one with an adamant onyx. Hatched a couple now, so I have to train them up to learn all the moves I want and pass them down so it'll be below level 35. Should be easy peasy. Okay, so unless I'm making another blunder, now I just need to breed these two Dwebble that both know Shell Smash, because that is learned at level 37. That's the only thing I need to pass down, although I can easily pass down the entire moveset, so that's what I'm doing. Shell Smash, Rock Slide, X Scissor, and Stealth Rock. 3 of those are TM moves, but Shell Smash is level up only, which is why both parents need to know it. The next 2 team members I will unveil are Arcanine, and I'm replacing the Nidoking idea with Snorlax. I have my reasoning, so I'm currently breeding the male Snorlax I have with Ditto to hopefully get a female Snorlax, and I have a couple Growlithe going that both know Crunch and Flare Blitz to pass those moves down. I'm just hoping for a Jolly Growlithe. If I get Adamant, I might stop there, but apparently I have nothing Jolly in the field egg group lying around. I now finally have a female Snorlax. They're only female 12% of the time, and for some reason I was only getting Munchlax eggs and not Snorlax eggs. I thought you had to give it a full incense for Munchlax, but thankfully I have way too many of these friendship-raising berries because Chansey drops them, so evolving the Munchlax is no problem. I can now breed that with an Aron to pass down Rock Slide. And I am working on the Jolly Growlithe. I've hatched maybe a dozen now, but since all the children I hatch have the moves I want to pass down, I can just keep putting them back in and have up to 3 pairs on one of these, so I should have that in no time. I figured I should breed an Adamant Aron to make things easier to pass down that nature. I was originally wanting Careful, but I didn't have anything Careful in the monster egg group, so I compromised. And here's the Snorlax with Rock Slide. I can learn everything else by level up. Fantastic, and I finally got the Jolly Growlithe at the same time, so that's good. I got like 4 adamant ones and was tempted to stop there, but I finally got the Jolly one. It looks like our team is ready to train. In case you're wondering where the 4th member is, because it is a 4v4, well, she's right here, Skarmory, the same one I trained up for the Rock Gym. I said I might carry it forward, that's why I bred Drill Peck on there, an egg move from Dodrio. So I got it up to 35, and it's already good to go. But I will now EV train these 3, then I'll go through the full team and take on the Bug Gym. Well, I could evolve them first. I don't know if I've ever showed an evolution on camera. Here goes the Munchlax. We get to watch him stretch out. This is taking forever. Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip this anyway. There we go, there's the big boy. Cool. And a Firestone for the Growlithe. I can evolve him right away. The only move I need is Extreme Speed at level 34 as an Arcanine. There's nothing I can learn as a Growlithe. No? You're not gonna stick around? You just gotta walk over there, huh? Well, I guess there's not much to watch. Ta-da! Look at that majestic fire dog. Okay, it's time for training. Look at that doofus up there. I'm just here in the desert training Arcanine in speed and attack when somebody spawned on the roof. I remember when I had to hope these things died to their own recoil. Yeah, we're banded max attack. See ya! A Destiny Knot! Oh my god, thank you! I didn't have high hopes for items to get from this thing. Wow, that helps out so much. I can buy a 5 IV Mon off the auction sometime. They're rare, but I have seen them. And start breeding some 5 IV Mons. Try to get one for each egg group. Wow, that is great. And another boss, one we haven't fought yet, the Megazard Y this time. And if we can get up there, I'm just gonna Brave Bird this thing too, it should kill. X is more physical, Y is more special. There we go, see ya bud. And there is our 3rd Megastone, only need the Blastoise now, which is funny, that's the very first one we ran into. That is one grind I will not record. Nothing much happens while EV training, except for, you know, a couple bosses. But the squad of 4 is ready to go, and I've been picking up items like crazy, hoping for leftovers or good TMs or an Assault Vest, an Eviolite. We got that Destiny Knot from a boss, which is sick, but no good pickup items. Looks like we'll mostly be stuck using type boosting items and berries for the most part. I do have some good things in here though, and we have a lot of junk. Alright, as usual, about to do a big team rundown, explain why I'm bringing this team. If you want to skip right to the gym battle, you can do so with the timestamp on screen. Here is the team, starting with the return of Skarmory. Swapped out the Metal Coat for the Sharp Beak, because now I'm leaning on the Drill Peck, and it's not like I have leftovers or anything more useful. First of all, I know having 255 EVs and 2 stats is not efficient. 252 makes more sense, and at level 35, 244 would be ideal, so I could put some in attack. But counting EVs is more pain than it's worth, so I just max out 2 stats. I doubt I will Agility or stack Spikes, and Steel Wing might be useful against an enemy Crustle, I suppose, but mainly clicking Drill Peck. I brought Skarmory for the great typing, quad resisting the Bug Stab, and when I think of other coverage a ton of bug types have, I resist Flying, I quad resist Grass, and I'm immune to Poison. Hopefully Skarmory puts in some work tanking those physical hits. Bug isn't a super physical type like Rock was, so I have to fear special hits a bit more. A Larvesta would be the Skarmory killer, I would have to switch or let it die. Thankfully this gym isn't a high enough level to have a Volcarona or a Galvantula. Here is the Jolly Arcanine, max speed, max attack. I'm finally thinking about speed. I didn't at all in the Rock Gym. Arcanine should be pretty fast compared to most of the bug types I expect them to have, but I know things like Yanmega, Scolipede, Scyther, a few others, all pretty quick. But I obviously wanted strong fire type coverage on the team, great for bug types. I originally wanted Chandelure, but that evolves too late. In case of Scissor or Durant, our bases are covered, and Charcoal boosted Flare Blitz will do massive damage and OHKO most things. Extreme Speed is just an awesome priority move, plus 2 priority to out-prioritize most other priority moves, and 80 base power, very nice to clean up some kills. I'm gonna teach it the Aerial Ace TM too, cause it's a common TM, I have a few of them. Flare Blitz is obviously the nuke button, but there may be a time for Aerial Ace if I don't want to take the Flare Blitz recoil. For example, Heracross, quad effective flying move for that thing. Flare Blitz does like 180% min, complete overkill, but Aerial Ace does exactly 100% min. Unless he's bulky with HP investment, then it'll be a bad roll. But otherwise, very good chance to KO. This thing is now my Heracross switchin'. I did end up breeding a second one to get the Intimidate, not the Flash Fire. My defense IV is trash, but I should be able to live and outspeed it. My speed IVs are just enough to outspeed a perfect IV, max speed Jolly Heracross. I don't want a close combat Heracross to nuke my team, and there are no choice items allowed again, so no Moxie Scarf Cross thankfully. But that's why Chandelure was the original idea here, to have that fighting immunity, and Ghost resists Bug too, but Litwick evolves at level 40 something. Then I have Crunch here, just a decent move, not expecting to use it. Next is Crustle. As I said, bringing a bug to the bug gym. I know it has 4 IVs in attack. Yeah, I had a better one lined up with near max attack, and all its IVs were great except speed, but I trained it over the cap by mistake, so I had to start over with this one, which is okay. It has much better speed. The attack and speed IV are kind of swapped, but who knows, maybe this is good. Maybe I can outspeed something because of that. I like the idea of Crustle though. Obviously I wanted rock type coverage for this gym as much as possible without having overlapping types, as you know I have that rock slide on Snorlax. Because there are so many bug flying Pokemon quad weak to rock, they will probably have at least a couple, whether it be Scyther, Yanmega, Vespiquen. There are like 3 different butterflies and plenty of other bugs that get destroyed by rock. I was just struggling with which rock type to take. Aerodactyl seemed good for that flying coverage too, but it's just so frail. I imagine missing a Masquerain and getting blown away by a Hydro Pump. Strongly considered it though. Then all the other decent rock types were all either rock ground or rock water, which leaves me quad weak to grass, and I am expecting many of those bug flying types I mentioned, like Butterfree and Yanmega, to be packing the Giga Drain or something to hit rock types. They may also diversify, have like a Wormadam ground. I wanted to cover my bases. I went with Crustle because it is pretty good typing to not be weak to grass or ground, and I think a Shell Smash sweep could be really fun. Shell Smash is a setup move that doubles your speed and attacks and lowers your defenses by 1 stage. Thing is, I was lucky enough to actually pick up a White Herb, which is commonly paired with Shell Smash, because that's a consumable item that returns your lowered stats to normal. So unless my stats get lowered some other way before I Shell Smash, please don't Sticky Web me. Oh god, I just thought about that. They have plenty of options to learn that. Uh-oh. Well, not changing the plan now. If I get that off, I get my double speed, double attack with no lowered defenses, and if I can land my rock slides, I could do some massive damage to their entire team. X-Scissor is a nice stab, I don't expect to use it much, and Stealth Rock is interesting, kind of viable in a 4v4 bug gym, but I think I'll be focusing on the Shell Smash aspect. I want to keep my health high, so not expecting to get rocks up. Now, it is possible that they have a Crustle, and I was really worried about that. If they had Earthquake on there instead of my Stealth Rock, because there's not much reason for me to run EQ for bugs, but for them to hit Rock and Fire types, as for sure they want EQ. They have Rock coverage for the flying, so there's a good chance they have a Crustle, and I believe there is nothing in the entire game that can resist Ground, Rock, and Bug moves. Plenty of things that are neutral to all three, but nothing that resists those three types. I had to kind of prepare for them to have a Shell Smashing Crustle. It is very scary after doubling its attack and speed. It can do just over half to my super bulky Skarmory. Concerning. I originally had Nidoking. It doesn't appreciate Earthquakes, but it can take a Rock or Bug move and go for that Surf plus Sucker Punch. Nidoking had good coverage while not being something super standard to bring to a Bug Gym. Like, I bet they prepare well for flying, Rock, and Fire, but things like Poison, Fairy, Ghost, Steel, and Fighting all resist Bug too. That's what led me to Nidoking, but as you know, we ditched it and picked up Snorlax, which now I think is a good thing. It isn't like we were going to have a Life Orb Sheer Force Nidoking. Hidden abilities are crazy hard to get your hands on. Snorlax is just a great all-around mon to have. Easy to switch this thing in, it's bulky, it hits hard. I already have my Flying Fire Rock core and I didn't want to double up on anything. And this does replace Nidoking being my Larvesta / special attacker switch in somewhat, because I am very specially defensive naturally, even though I don't have a thick fat one. I think getting poisoned is more likely than getting hit by a fire move, so I have immunity, even though I can rest off the poison, I don't know. But one less thing to worry about. The only thing Snorlax is afraid of is that Heracross, really, and for that I'm going right out to Arcanine, Intimidate to drop the attack, guaranteed outspeed the following turn. Too bad I don't have a Rocky Helmet or leftovers for Arcanine. Flare Blitz doesn't need the charcoal boost to OHKO most of these bugs. But yeah, Snorlax your tank hits and fire off those Rock Slides, Body Slam 2, 30% chance to para, and just a good stab move if I'm in on that Sandy Wormadam or whatever, and Rock Slide isn't super effective. And I also have this Resto Chesto set going. The rest will heal me to full, Chesto Berry to wake me up, and if I am going to sleep multiple times, I even have the Sleep Talk on there. That also makes this my switch into Butterfree and Venomoth. If I think a Sleep Powder is coming my way, I want this guy asleep. And even if something Quiver Dances in my face, I should take special hits fairly well. Sleep Claws is in effect, which means you can only put one thing to sleep at a time. Maybe some Elemental Punch moves would have come in handy. I could have thrown Fire Punch on there instead. But I like to have some recovery on the team. Maybe if my whole team is getting blown back, Snorlax can come in and clutch it for me. That is the team of 4. The bad thing about it is, they're all physical attackers. When I got rid of Chandelure and the mixed Nidoking, that's just what ended up happening, but that shouldn't end up mattering. Some of the most defensive bug types like Forretress, I can still blow away with the type advantage I have. An enemy Crustle is concerning though, now that I don't have that Surf Sucker Punch Nidoking, but I have a good defense, and a bit of priority. My team is also kinda slow again, except for Arcanine, but my Crustle might get that Shell Smash off too. I think we're good to go. Time to take on the Bug Gym and see how we do. We did 3-0 the Rock Gym, nothing went down on our side, but there's no way we 4-0 the Bug Gym unless I get lucky and go for the Shell Smash sweep right away. Yeah, these gyms are going to get harder very quickly. Once again, we are allowed a Revive and 3 potions, but once again, I will not bring those, that feels kinda cheap. We could actually watch a battle that's going on right now. Gather some intel. Not that I'm going to change anything on my team right now. And I know all the bug types that they could have, so this doesn't change much at all. Yanmega, not surprised. But there we go, we're in the queue. Oh boy. Position 2. I think that might mean right after this guy. Looks like the Yanmega went down, and he brought out a shiny Vespiquen, it appears. That's 2 bug flying types. I'm feeling good about my rock coverage. Monferno, huh? Wouldn't have been my first choice. This has been going on for a long time. That Monferno and the Vespiquen just like hit themselves back over there. They have been fighting for so long. I don't know what, like, even if the guy only has Fire Punch, it would be dead by now. It must be like spamming Defend Order and Heal Order. I gotta be kind of worried about that maybe. Maybe that should fix some of the lag. Man, this is going on forever. That thing has to have like 5 Defend Orders up. Oh, they're gone. What happened? Oh, I think he quit. Oh my god, you're not supposed to rage quit, bud. Wow, so he couldn't beat the Vespiquen, or maybe he just disconnected. Oh god, we better be able to defeat that thing. Don't want that to become me. As I say, I see a lot of people losing these things in the chat all the time. These gyms are not meant to be taken lightly. So it may look like I prepared way too much, but I think I had to prepare this much. This will be a more intense battle than the Rock Gym. I think it needs some more intense music. Oh, teleported in. Here we are. Oh boy, all leading up to this moment. Do I have to type anything? It's gonna sting a bit. Don't let this bug you. Ah, nice puns. Oh god, it leads with the Crustle. Please don't shell smash in my face. Oh, I did not see this. Did not see them using this. I just figured. I'm going to Skarmory. I still have the steel moves. I don't have the metal coat anymore. This probably won't be a 2-hit KO. Probably do under half. But if he does shell smash and lower his defenses and he doesn't have the white herb, I should be able to kill the next turn. And I definitely live 1 rock slide. If he's not max attack adamant, then I should live 2 rock slides even after a shell smash. He goes for the stealth rock actually. Interesting. Okay. I don't have a full team of bugs though, but I do have a fire and a flying. I guess that's what that's for. That makes sense. I'll just keep going for steel wing. He didn't shell smash, so I think I can take this out with Skarmory, no problem. Salic Berry. Increase the speed, so it's not a shell smash set then. And he's going for what, rock slide? Does have the rock slide, and that does not do much. We are so bulky, but with that speed increase, yeah, he's gonna outspeed. Get any flinches? No flinches. We flinched in the rock gym, not gonna flinch this time. Good job, Skarmory. A Butterfree. Alright, we have a dedicated switch in. We discussed Snorlax is here with the Sleep Talk, with the Chesto Berry. If it's gonna put me to sleep, I have Snorlax. Hurt by Stealth Rock. Sleep Powder, there we go. Wake right back up. And, he's probably gonna put me right back to sleep. I'll just Rock Slide. I don't really lose anything. I can Sleep Talk next time. There we go. We go to sleep. It's Compound Eyes probably, so I could have just gone Sleep Talk. But we can do it this turn. He doesn't know we have it yet. That's why I didn't want to, like, reveal it. Psybeam, no problem. Oh, we wake up first turn. Of course. Now he knows we have Sleep Talk. I'll just click it again in case he puts me back to sleep. But he doesn't. Reads me like a book. He knows I have Sleep Talk now. He's not going to want to put me to sleep. Psybeam again. And we hit the Rock Slide down to the Sash. Respectable. I'll just go Body Slam this time. He does actually opt to put me back to sleep, but I will Sleep Talk this time. Hope we don't wake up first turn again. And there we go. We get the Sleep Talk Body Slam, and it goes down. Fantastic. Yen Mega. Okay. Well, we're still sleeping. I'll hope to wake up this time. We do actually wake up. We flinch from the Air Slash. All right, Snorlax can go down here. I'll click rest, but yeah, we're going to go down there. Snorlax did his job. We do flinch again in the Bug Gym. Okay. Crustle has the rock coverage, but I don't want to send it out just yet against a Yen Mega. Skarmory could do some good work. Let's go to Skarmory. He's already injured. It is a special attacker, but we should take like an Ancient Power maybe. And there we go. There's Ancient Power. Makes sense for it to have that. And we hit back with that big, sharp beak boosted Drill Peck. Speed boost is going. We're going to die here to another Ancient Power. That's okay, though. Skarmory, you did your job, buddy. I don't want to send in Crustle on these rocks and then take a special attack. I think Arcanine might be able to clean it up with an E-Speed here. I'm going to take that big 25%, but I think it's enough. Yen Mega's pretty frail. E-Speed max attack, and it does go down, just barely probably. There's the Vespiquen, the big bad Vespiquen. I think we're just going to hit the big red button, nuke this thing with a Flare Blitz. It might kill, it should kill. It doesn't, it actually lives on a sliver. That's not Sash, is it? No, it has leftovers. Wow, that has to be max AP, max defense. It protects itself to get more leftovers, so an E-Speed might not kill now. If he gets more health back here. Yeah, it protects itself. With that health, I don't know if E-Speed's going to kill. We'll try it. It actually lives, and it goes for the heal order. This is worst case scenario, but I think we're fine. Flare Blitz should still destroy it. It's at, what, like 60%? It's going to protect to get more health. It should still kill, though. I believe. I believe, even with the +1. There we go. It goes down to the power that is Arcanine. All of that EV training actually mattered in this battle. I know I misplayed with that E-Speed because we were obviously outspeeding anyway, and I could have kept up the pressure with Flare Blitz, but I wanted to see if that would kill. I felt confident that we could Flare Blitz the next turn and the turn after that, doing about 60% every time, and I had the Shell Smash Crustle in the back as a safety net. That thing would need a lot of defend orders to live a +2 Rock Slide. But there we go, man. Bug Gym defeated, Hive Badge earned, or it looked like a Hive Badge outside the gym flying over there. Awesome. It's sad that I never got to use the setup Crustle, but at the same time, I kept it in the back because it had the potential to just sweep through everything. Like, I'm trying to think, Sash Butterfree would have put me to sleep, but I would have won that matchup after waking up. Maybe Yen Mega had Protect to get a speed boost, and then it would outspeed me, do some damage. I don't know. I kept Crustle in the back though. One, I didn't want to lead with it and make it a boring battle if I actually swept through the whole team. I wanted to use the whole team I trained up. And two, I had it in the back of my head to try to win the battle with only 3 Pokemon, because it would be a good proof of concept that my idea of letting the comments pick a team member might actually be okay, and I won't just be throwing the gym battle. The water gym is still 4v4, which could be tough, but after that it goes up to 5v5 and 6v6. It should be a safer idea then. Yeah, once again, here are the water gym rules. If you want to tell me to use something in the water gym, you can be helpful, you control, up to you. Hopefully that doesn't go horribly. That's where I'll wrap this episode up though. Another gym down. This is just a fun thing to make. I don't know how long it'll last because it is very time consuming. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.